I don't know about you, but I think this sideboard is absolutely beautiful. I got it off Facebook Marketplace for free and there was a matching desk, but first, we couldn't fit it in any of our vehicles, and second, I had a garage full of furniture, so I couldn't take it in, which I regret, I'm not gonna lie. The sideboard was in fair condition, but we can always make it better, right? Hi everybody, and welcome to another makeover. This sideboard was made in the 70s here in Alberta by a Calgary-based company that no longer exists. What surprised me was their choice of finish. It was finished with hard wax oil. I mean, hard wax oil itself is not a rare finish, but this is office furniture. And usually pieces like this, at least the ones I've come across, are finished with some type of plastic coating like lacquer or polyurethane. My point is, I bet nobody ever reapplied any oil to this sideboard, and despite that, after 50 years, the finish is still in great shape. The wood grain looks a bit dull, but other than that, it's held up really well. So since there was no plastic finish to remove, I started sanding right away. I sanded everything with 120 grit and then with 180 grit sandpaper. There was a chipped section of veneer on the side of the door. I first cut out the damaged area. I made a straight cut because it's much easier to patch it this way. I didn't have any walnut veneer on hand, but I did have some cherry veneer, so I used that instead. I will just blend it in later. Once the glue dried, I trimmed off excess veneer and then sanded the area with 180 grit. This sideboard had a unique leather top and I had to work around it. I started sanding the edges, but then I realized it was a bit risky, so I decided to tape off the leather part first and then continued. There were a few deep dents here and there, and to try to minimize them, I used a small iron. I applied some water, covered the area with a wet cloth, and then I applied heat over it. The water soaks into the wood fibers, and when heat is applied, the fibers swell and expand, which helps lift the dent. I usually use a regular household iron, but since I had a leather top and I was afraid to mess it up, I used this small one. It took me a bit longer, but it worked. I was asked to show this process up close and to show how the dents look after steaming and then after sanding, so here it is. It was a pretty big dent, and this is what it looked like right after steaming. Then I took some 150 grit sandpaper and sanded the area. As you can see, the dent is still there, kinda, but it's barely visible. This kind of dent would be impossible to steam out. This part is solid wood, but it's not solid walnut all the way through. What they actually did, they used birch and then they applied walnut strips over it. These are much thicker strips of walnut and they put together in a way that makes this piece looks like solid walnut because the wood grain continuously flows from one edge to the other. To fix it, I'm going to be using a small piece of walnut that I'll be gluing in place, but before doing that, I needed to cut out the damaged area as straight as possible. I let the glue dry for about an hour and then I trimmed off the excess wood and sanded the area. Once everything was finally sanded, I taped off wooden edges because I was planning to use a leather conditioner and I didn't want it to get onto the wood since it might stain it. This is how the top looked before applying the leather conditioner. You can see all the scratches, but as soon as I applied the conditioner, they almost disappeared. Well, I mean, the scratches were still there, but the conditioner really worked its magic. I was impressed with the result because it looked like a brand new top. The middle section of the sideboard looked like it had originally been left unfinished. It seemed like only a stain had been applied with no oil or top coat. So I reapplied the stain first and later I'll be applying hard wax oil as well. This is what my cherry veneer patch looked like, and to blend it in, I applied some water-based stain in the color walnut. If you ever need to do something like this, you'll probably want to see what the wood will look like once the finish is applied. I mean the wood around the patch. There are two ways to do that. First, if the patch is very small, you can just apply some water and it will give you an idea of what the color will look like. If you need to work on the patch for a longer time, it's a bigger patch, you can use some mineral spirits or paint thinner instead because they evaporate much slower than water. As a top coat, I decided to partially use Otis oil. I'm not a big fan of Otis oil, not because it's a bad oil, it's not, it's a great product, but compared to some other products out there, it requires a bit more work. I find it difficult to buff off, especially if you're doing it by hand. So I prefer to work with other brands that don't require buffing, but in this case, I wanted to use the same oil on the leather top, and I know for sure that Otis oil products are recommended for leather. So I'm using Otis oil on the outside of the sideboard, and for the back and the inside, I'll be using a different hard wax oil. This is my least favorite part. I was talking about buffing. With Otis oil, you need to let it sit for about an hour and then come back and buff off the excess as thoroughly as you can. It is a very crucial step because if you don't buff off all the excess, you won't get that buttery smooth surface. Instead, it will dry rough. This is a different hard wax oil and this one I like better. This brand is called Natura and it's similar to Rubia Monocoat. The reason why I like it better because it only requires an application and then wiping the excess off. Another reason why I like this oil better is that the application is easier as well. I don't have to rub it in as hard as Otis oil. If I need to apply Otis oil by hand, my hands are usually pretty tired afterward. This oil can be applied very easily with a plastic card. In fact, I found that the coverage is even better if I apply it with a plastic card. So no rubbing, no buffing, no tired hands. 2 out of 4 leveling feet were broken, so I had to order new ones, and the only available option was the smaller ones, but I think they look even better. The oil had dried, and it was the time to put the sideboard back together. To freshen up inside of the drawers, I used Hovered beeswax and orange oil mixture. All that's left to do is put the drawers back in and we are done. Let me remind you how this sideboard looked before, and here's the after. It is probably not the most dramatic before and after you have ever seen, but I think this sideboard look way fresher. Look at this walnut wood grain. Now it pops, it really pops, and it's just gorgeous. Here's the top, the before, full of scratches and very dull, and this is the after. And that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video.